School crossing. Like I said, when we was growing up, it meant pedestrians. School zone meant school zone. They had the sign that looked like that literally said school zone on there. Now they want you to recognize that as a school zone sign. So do not get tricked by the wording of the question. Pay attention to the wording, but that sign, we know what that sign is. Just like if we see an information sign that says 50 miles an hour, and they asked you, well, if it's snowing outside, how fast should you go? If you see this sign. Hey, well, I know I ain't gonna go over 50, right? So that's to make sure you keep on that. Let's get some more if we could, Cat.
Installed at the mark.
So like yeah, I mean that's why they're there. If they want one,
everybody you want to have this on you.
The ones, yeah, those are the regular ones. The
So
other
you
one,
look through them while you do the questions, you may find some answers. This is what motorcycles say.
yeah. I've been thinking about getting me a motorcycle.
Yeah, so you don't want to be looking through these while they're doing practice up here. While they're doing practice, see, you may be learning twice.
Right.
Marked crosswalk, or as close to it as possible. Slow down, be prepared to stop, watch for children and crossing.
Right.
Question 16. This sign means A. Divided highway ends. B. Keep to the right of obstruction. C. Keep to the left of obstruction. D. Left lane ends.
All right.
Yeah, should get this.
Go ahead, sis.
B.
Let's be C. Keep to the right of the. Yep. So we got B. Who else want to give it a shot? So we only got one person. Go ahead, Shania. B. All right, let's find out.
Correct answer, B. Explanation.
And remember, that's an information sign, so it's going to give you the information to make sure that you don't slap whatever is in the middle of the road right there.
And a lot of the signs are kind of common sense, it seems common sense. So like that's what this is representing. See, this is the obstruction.
Right.
This arrow is you driving. A lot of times the signs, the arrows is your driving path. So that's where you're gonna drive.
Right.
So you said to the right of an obstruction. That's all. You know what I mean? So don't overthink it. Don't be like, oh man, I couldn't tell what it is. Nah, it's an arrow. That's all it means. Go that way.
And that's what my thing was like before I even took my test, I'd always been driving. I was driving since I was 12 years old. I'm not recommending that, of course. I'm just telling you a little piece of my life. I was driving since I was 12. I didn't get my license until I came into this school. What, about 4 or 5 years ago? Like it was bestowed upon me by the wise man right here. He's like, it will behoove you to go get your license and quit playing crazy, which I did. You know what I'm saying? I went to go get my license. So, but a lot of these signs, even though I was driving at 12, only reason I feel like I passed is because I've been driving since I was 12, and like you said, a lot of that was just common sense. Because I see these signs all the time subconsciously, just like when you be riding with your moms. You see the signs all the time, so they're in the back of your mind, you just don't really pay them no attention. So when you're taking that test, make sure that you dig into that subconscious to make sure, well, I've seen this sign before, and every time I see this sign, this is what we do. This is what we do. Just like when you see a railroad sign. You don't have to, everybody sees that railroad. You already know what that means. You know what the sign looks like. You know what it means. Right. Like, do not cross this railroad sign without making sure a big old 300-ton train is not coming. Like, you know what that means. So like Cap said, don't overthink it. Just a lot of this stuff is really common sense when you think about it. Except for that school zone sign, because that used to be pedestrian. They tricked us with that one.
The keep right. R47 sign may be used at locations where it is necessary for traffic to pass only to the right of a roadway feature or obstruction.
Right.
A traffic island, obstruction or median is ahead. Keep to the right. Question 17. This sign means A. Road workers are in or near the roadway. B. Snow removal ahead. C. pedestrian crossing ahead. D. Road construction flagger ahead.
You pause it?
Yeah, pause it.
Go ahead, Shanya. A. Road workers. Okay. Anybody else got a different answer?
Yeah, this should
Yeah, I know,
be
right?
straight to the point.
Since snow removal, sir. I'm going with snow removal for 500.
Correct answer, A.
So yeah, so it's the correct answer. Like I
Right.
said, you don't overthink it. Look, it's a guy. A lot of times the yellow signs mean construction.
Right.
If it's yellow, it means, or not yellow,
So it's
orange.
Yeah,
It's orange always usually stands for construction.
Right.
White stands for hospital.
Information. White is
information.
hospital is the blue and white.
Blue and white, okay. And then there's another one for schools. Isn't that yellow?
Yeah.
I think the schools is yellow.
And like I said, the information signs, like I was breaking it down earlier in the class before, we got the extra people. An information sign is just that. It's going to give you information sign. It's going to give you information. A warning sign is just that. It's going to warn you. So, most of the designs are usually the same thing, but prime example, like a stop sign is a warning sign, right? But it's not shaped like that. And it's not that color, but you still know it's a warning sign because it's telling you to what? Stop. It's warning you to stop, because if you don't stop, the other street might not have a stop sign. Somebody's flying through there doing 80 miles an hour. And if you don't follow that warning sign that tells you to stop, you're probably going to end up at that blue sign with the white H, which means hospital. You know what I'm saying? And that's the information sign. You're going to need that one to find your way to the hospital.
Signs are very, very important.
Yes, sir.
Very, very important. You gotta read all signs when you drive.
Right.
Explanation. A worker's W211A symbol sign may be used to alert road users of workers in or near the roadway. Question 18. This sign is a warning that you are
Everybody knows this sign. Go ahead, Shania. Yep. I played enough Monopoly. I know what that is.
approaching A. An intersection. B. A crosswalk. C. A railroad crossing. D. A blasting zone.
Mm-hmm.
Correct answer, C.
Right. And that's one of the ones.
Question
that's
19.
You know that.
This sign
passed over 1,000 railroads. Y'all know
means
this one. My fault. This is another
A.
one that we
No
see
left
all
turn.
the time subconsciously.
And it's self-explanatory.
Right.
Or it's,
B.
you don't overthink it.
No U-turn. C. No right turn. D. No turn on red.
This is A. No left turn.
Yep.
Yep. Because remember, like I said earlier, the arrows are your driving path.
Right.
So this is a left turn with the arrow. It means that's your path. The red obviously is telling you don't do it.
Right.
Don't turn left on this street or this area.
And don't get me wrong, there's 1,000 idiots out there that's going to do it anyway. I see it all the time, especially on college. On college, I see that sign right there, big as day, telling you not to turn left. And you will see somebody in the left lane with their left turn signal on, indicating that they're going to do it anyway. So even though you may know the signs, like I said, the most important thing about driving is to understand that everybody's not going to follow these signs. That's why the best driver on the road is a defensive driver. Don't worry about your skills. Worry about the next person's skills, because most accidents happen from somebody else doing exactly what this sign is telling you not to do.
Correct answer, A. Explanation. Left turn is prohibited. Question 20. This sign means A.
What's that?
No
sign?
playing in the street.
Yep, no parking. No parking. And
Street.
here's the thing
B.
about this sign as well. Just because you hit your hazards, like I see it all the time as well. Like hazard lights is not a park anywhere, not a park anywhere but. That's not what your hazards is for. Like we'll see this sign, certain schools, certain grocery stores, no parking right there in front of the grocery store, but you see people do it anyway. Yeah, park and hit their hazards. Like the hazards flashing is I can park wherever I want to park. That's not what the hazards is for. Hazards is for if you catch a flat tire and you're trying to alert somebody that don't run into me, because I'm changing the tire.
Emergency light.
It's exactly emergency light. Just because you don't want to be inconvenienced to go find a parking spot and load your groceries up is not an emergency. You understand? Pay attention to this kind of stuff because that same person that has them blinkers on with this sign right in front of them, understand, and you hit them, it's not your fault. Because this sign right here clearly indicates that they can't park there. And it's because they did it anyway and had their lights on and going, you see me parked here? Yeah, in front of a sign that said, you're not supposed to be. So when y'all learn this when y'all get experienced drivers as well, because people are, for lack of better words, buttholes. You get what I'm saying? Like they don't pay attention to stuff like this. They put these signs up to not only save your life, but everybody else's life. You get what I'm saying? So this sign right here, it's just say when you get older and you're driving, something happens, and you hit somebody that was parked in front of a place like this. The first thing you want to do is get out, take a picture of the car and that sign. Why do you want to do that? Not to go too far off subject. Go ahead, Shingar.
You said if you get into an accident, the first thing you want to do is take a picture of that.
Right.
Just to let them know all right, let me not over explain it. To let them know that you're not in the wrong, basically.
You over explained it anyway. I'll make it simple for you. Evidence. When you take it to court, that's going to be your evidence. This is where they was parked, Your Honor. That's their car. That's the sign. Clearly says no parking. The judge is going to say, well, not guilty. Cash that man out. Cash that sister out. Give them their money. Pay for their new car.
Right.
Take that off their driving record because there's points on your driving record, right? You get so many points, you get caught doing ignorant stuff like parking where you're not supposed to park, turning where you're not supposed to turn, stuff like that. They will take your license. Driving is not a birthright. Driving is considered a privilege here. You understand? It's considered a privilege. It's not guaranteed that you're going to be able to drive. You understand? So don't abuse it. We see a lot of people abuse it, especially in my line of work. I see a lot of oppressors. They say, these are my roads. You just drive on them. That is not the spirit you want. A car is a weapon. It's dangerous. So if you're not having that concept all the time of that, you can hurt somebody driving like an idiot, then you're going to hurt somebody driving like an idiot. So that's all I want to say, Cap. So like you said.
No parking allowed. C. No passing allowed. D. No pedestrian traffic. Correct answer, B.
Right.
Explanation. No parking symbol sign prohibits parking. Question 21. This sign means A.
Y'all know what that
General
sign
information sign for a library.
means.
B. General information sign for a bus stop. C. General information sign for a school. D. General information sign for a park. Correct answer, A.
Right.
Question 22.
Yeah, you see those signs. Like I said, it's kind of explanatory. It
Right.
shows you somebody reading a book. That's for the libraries.
Right. And just this sign right here, just like the sign you seen earlier. Now you just put it times 2.
This sign means A. Divided highway ahead. B. One-way traffic ahead. C. 4-lane highway ahead.
They had to get that new iPhone there. So that new Galaxy that cost $1,000.
I want to talk to this guy.
Yeah, another ad.
Hey, dude, I love your car. I've always wanted a Range Rover myself. Just
D. Divided highway ends.
Right.
I got it.
Which one you say, sis?
D.
D. Divided highway ends.
What else? Who else? Anybody else think something different?
Anybody else got a different answer?
Go A.
A.
Yeah,
You going with A?
I could go, but it seemed like very rough.
So we got D and we got A. Anybody else got a different answer? You got A too? All right, let's find out.
Correct answer, D.
Who said D? You did, sis?
Question 23.
Let me go back to that one. So the answer was D. A divided highway ends. Right. So this is the obstruction.
Okay.
So what is happening here is these two lanes. These are two lanes that cars go down. There's no more obstruction here. It's going to end. So the highways come together.
Right.
So the divided highway ends because these two lanes going to come closer.
And if I could, a perfect example of that is if you're on the way to Chicago, they have that them brick medians, right? Them, how do I explain? What are they called, Cat? Them big old brick medians that's about waist high. Y'all know what I'm talking
Divided
about?
highway.
Yeah, they divide the highway. Especially like you'll see these when they're doing a lot of road construction like they're doing now. You'll see these because they're having divided clearly left and right. They'll do these a lot when there's like 3-lane highways where everything is going one way, but they're shutting it down. Like, what highway is that they're mutilating now? Is that 465?
Yeah, and 69 or the one going down to town.
Yeah. So the highways that they're mutilating now, you will see these a lot up there because they took the right side, right? And now that the right side operates as 2 lanes. So now what you see is you see them signs saying, all right, this is no longer just a one way, this is a 2-lane. And when you get so far, it is spread back out again. So it's letting you know, okay, because people are getting on off that Keystone, they're getting on that Keystone ramp to get on the right side, but they're going, what would that be, west? That would be west they're going. So they're going west on an interstate that's not designed for them to go west because right now what they're doing here in this city is they're expanding the interstate. I guess they wanted to look like Houston, just mutilate the interstate and make it like a roller coaster. But you'll see 1,000 of those signs.
And what you just want to remember is this means the divide in the highway or
It's
obstruction.
stopped.
Or obstruction.
Right.
This little hump when you see it on these signs.
Correct answer, D. Question 23. This sign means A. 4-lane traffic ahead. B. Divided highway ahead. C. 2-way traffic ahead. D. Intersection ahead.
Yeah, I know the answer to that
That
one.
seems simple, yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hold on. So let me. Who want to explain why it's C? And who wants to explain it? Give it a shot. Go ahead, Tazabal. Explain why you know it's C.
Cause like the sign was, go, what's going right and left are like going up and down, and it's like telling you that it's a 2-way lane.
Right.
Okay.
Damn right, there it is. 2-way lanes, it's telling you.
Because these are the lanes.
Right.
The arrows mean where the car is going. So there's going to be cars going this way and cars going that way.
Right.
There's nothing in the middle of the lanes. So, it ain't divided highway. Because if it was divided, you'll see something in the middle, like them little lumps they always put in the middle.
And another thing is, you will also see that sign paired with the other one that we just seen on that highway that we was just talking about. Like, so that's gonna let you know that the lane is gonna turn into a 2-lane. You know what I'm saying? Left and right, forward and backwards, however you want to look at it. Usually we'll just say north and south when you see them signs. That's all I want to say, Cap.
Correct answer, C. Question 24. This road sign means A. Right lane ends soon, merge left. B. Soft shoulders. C. Low place in the road. D. Lane ends soon, merge right.
Alright, so is this the same sign we had earlier? Who knows what it means? Go ahead, sis.
A.
A. Yeah, good choice.
Anybody else want to think something different?
I go with that
Oh,
one.
go A.
Right. And remember, they didn't do nothing but reword the question, but you know what the sign means.
Correct answer, A.
So let's break it down real quick. So as you see, right lane, it's the right lane.
Right.
It's going to merge left. So that's what this little term here. This is where the car is going to go.
Right.
Merge in the left. So it's farther away, it's getting closer. That's all I was talking about there.
Right. And if you get on 38th Street going towards Lafayette Square, you'll see that about 3 times before you get on the highway going to Lafayette Square. Y'all from here, right?
Correct answer, A.
Next time y'all go to Lafayette Square,
Question
watch that
20.
sign. You'll see it.
25. This warning sign means A. Winding road ahead. B. The road ahead curves sharply right, then left. C. The road ahead turns sharply left. D. The road ahead curves sharply left, then right.
All right, remember, what kind of signs are these again? Go ahead, Shania.
Warnings.
These are warning signs. So remember, these are warning signs, and then look at the questions. Look at the answers. If you know these are warning signs, what is it telling you to prepare for?
It's I see this like in the country roads, you know. It's like, I think it's B though. It's sharply right, then left. Let me see. Right, then left. Yeah, but it's what I don't know. I just think it's B.
You think it's B?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else
You say B
think
too?
something different?
Come on.
You think something different?
I was gonna say B.
Oh, okay.
Everybody B? I think it's B.
Correct answer, B. Explanation. The road ahead curves sharply right, then left. Reduce your speed and be alert.
Now, another thing with these tests, when you go to the DMV, it's going to be on a computer. You do not want to. If I say something like this, where you can kind of understand it, right? You don't want to get there and make a simple mistake by making your left and right out the wrong.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It says here, this is this arrow saying go right. Make sure you know your right from
And
left.
then you're driving right, so you make that right, then you're going straight again.
Then you're making a left. But you don't want to speed through your test.
Right.
Take your time, breathe, and make sure you click in the right one.
I think they give you like 30 seconds to answer each question anyway, so you got plenty of time.
Yeah, so you got time to make sure you click the right one. Because here you might click D by accident, thinking it's left and right. Like, oh, let me go to the next one. It's easy. But you clicked the wrong one. It's right then left, not left then right.
And if I could, sir.
Well, everybody know your right from left good, right? You want to need to know that to pass the test.
Come.
Yeah, if you have any problems, usually if you're right-handed, you write with your right hand. Left is the one you don't write with.
Come.
Go ahead, Ward.
And if I could, sir, the water, sir. What I was saying is, that's what I was saying earlier. That you gotta listen to the wording. How many times have we got a simple question wrong because we didn't listen to the wording? Them trick questions that they used to ask us. If Susie had 8 apples and she gives away 3, how many apples did she start with? You know what I'm saying? You like, she got, you know what I'm saying? You like, she got 5 apples. You're like, wrong. How many apples did she start with? You're like, she got 5. She gave 3 away. You know, how many did she start with? She started with 8. You know what I'm saying? So the wording is very, very, very important. Listen to how they asking the questions. That's why that is considered a trick question. That's why you're going to make a right, then a left. You're not gonna make a right, then a straight. I'm gonna make a right turn and then a straight turn. Wait, what? Doesn't make sense. Yes, sir.
Teach y'all another thing. Here it says winding road ahead. There's a sign similar to this for a winding road.
Right.
The difference is the winding road sign.
Cap, don't be giving them the answers yet.
Well, I'm just gonna show them ahead of time so they don't get confused.
It's the whole point of the test, Cap.
The winding is like this. Alright? That's winding. This one is here. That's the difference. This is a winding. This is a right, sharp right, and a sharp left. Alright? So that's what you'll see them both. That's the winding road when it's curved.
Damn right, sir.
Maybe it'll come up.
Correct answer, B. Explanation. The road ahead curves sharply right, then left. Reduce your speed and be alert. Question 26. This sign means A. Continue at your current speed. B. You must stop ahead. C. Speeding is not allowed. D. There is a traffic signal ahead.
I know this one. Yep.
Everybody thinks D? You sure?
Come.
Sure? Let's see.
Come.
Cap hit him with the Illuminati.
Right.
Make it start second guessing.
Correct answer, D.
Damn right, good job.
Question 27. This sign means A. Right curve warning ahead. B. Merging traffic entering from the left. C. Merging traffic entering from the right. D. Two-lane traffic ahead.
And this is one that you see on the interstate all the time as well. Go ahead, Shinya. See? Anybody else got a different answer? Everybody agrees with C? Let's find out if Shinya led y'all to doom.
No.
You say B?
It's the left.
You say B?
Merge
Sis
from the
says
left.
B.
Okay.
Correct answer, C. Explanation. A merge, W41, sign may be used to warn road users on the major roadway that merging movements might be encountered in advance of a point where lanes from two separate roadways converge as a single traffic lane and no turning conflict occurs.
Right. Make sure when y'all see that, go ahead, Cap, so
So break this one down. So the answer was C.
Mm-hmm.
These two parts right here represent two lanes.
Right.
And these two lanes are going to come into one in what they call merge. That's what
Right.
it said, just merging traffic. They're going to merge. And then it says entering from the right. This is the right side. This lane on the right is going to merge in to with this lane here
Right.
from the right. If this little hook piece was on this side,
It'll be the opposite.
merging from the left.
Right.
So that,
And like I said, you will see that a lot on the interstate. And also, whenever you see them signs, get prepared to slow down because most people that's merging, they're doing like 100 miles an hour just cause.
Right.
Like I see it all the time. This is also a sign that you'll see on your way to Lafayette Square. If y'all from this city, whenever y'all get on 38th Street, take it straight down, going west or going to Chicago, that's usually the route I take. You'll see this sign coming right off that ramp off of 38th Street. Merging right into traffic.
Correct answer, C. Explanation. A merge, W41, sign may be used to warn road users on the major roadway that merging movements might be encountered in advance of a point where lanes from two separate roadways converge as a single traffic lane and no turning conflict occurs. Question 28. This sign means A. All traffic turn left. B. No left turn. C. No U-turn. D. Truck route to the left.
If you would, Cap, would you pause it real quick? And this is the same sign, just worded different.
Yeah, it's too simple. It's easy.
Most High in Christ. And that's
It's obvious, yeah, D.
Let's get it. Like, that's how they try to do. They try to confuse you with the stuff that you already know.
Correct answer, B.
No left turn.
Question 29. This sign means A. Divided highway ends. B. Wrong way, turn around. C. Traffic flows only in the direction of the arrow. D. Divided highway begins.
Good, just said shout them out.
See.
It sounds like C.
Correct answer, C. Explanation. The one-way sign shall be used to indicate streets or roadways upon which vehicular traffic is allowed to travel in one direction only.
Right.
One-way signs shall be placed parallel to the one-way street at all alleys and roadways that intersect one-way roadways. Question 30. This sign means A. General service sign for a hospital. B. General service sign for a doctor's office. C. General service sign for a pharmacy. D. General service sign for parking.
If you wish, you pause that. Now, what sign does that remind you of?
I don't even know seen that sign.
Go ahead, sis. I didn't ask for that answer. I said, what sign does it remind you of? You the worst. But what sign does it remind you of?
Okay,
The one from earlier.
information sign.
No, I know. It's an information sign, you're right. But that reminds you of the hospital sign.
Yeah.
That's the hospital sign, but instead of the hospital, it's telling you what? You just said it earlier.
Yeah,
Doctor's office. It's telling you where to go get your medicine at.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That RX means medicine. That's what that means. That means that you're gonna go, whatever prescription you have, you can get it filled. Go ahead and put. She just gave everybody the answer. She the worst.
C.
Correct answer, C. Explanation. D920. Sign shall only be used to indicate the availability of a pharmacy that is open, with a state-licensed pharmacist present and on duty.
Y'all want the,
Question 31. This curve advisory speed sign means
That's
A.
Mexican juice.
Slow down. Maximum advised speed is 25 miles per hour in ideal conditions.
The label just
B.
came off because I had it in my
Minimum
phone.
advised speed limit is 25 miles per hour in ideal conditions. C. Minimum advised speed limit is 25 miles per hour in all conditions. D. Slow down. Maximum advised speed is 25 miles per hour in all conditions.
Pause it. What's the answer to that? It's self-explanatory. That's a warning sign. So it's warning you that a curve is coming up, and you probably should be doing 25 miles an hour, because if not, you're going off the edge of that curve. You'll see stuff like this on bridges that's high up where it curves real steep. Go ahead, sis.
A.
Okay.
Can you see from way over here? You good? You sure you want to sit over here? Because I was over there. It's hard for me to see. You good?
Anybody else got a different answer? Sis said A. We are rocking with A.
No, it's the same.
Correct answer, A. Explanation. Slow down. Maximum
When
advised.
we came from Houston, Texas, I kind of realized, like, that sign right there is a lifesaver.
Hey, you hear me?
Like it was telling you to go like 60 miles an hour. I'm like, yo, do you not see where you're gonna go?
No, did I go 60 miles an hour?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's telling you to go 60 miles an hour.
Listen,
You're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, that's for people that's used to living in Houston. Cat knows them highways in Houston. Them things is like being on a roller coaster for real.
So it's like 6 stories high,
Yeah,
and you
man,
got
it's 6 stories.
You got like a slight turn. You ain't got no room to get around.
Did you not see all the guardrails? All the guardrails were tore up because people were slapping them because they wasn't paying attention to a sign like that. You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, we're just going to do this doing 80.
Advised speed is 25.
And what you'll see this on highways.
Right.
There's a curve. That's what that means.
Yep.
You're gonna drive in the curve and go 25 miles per hour on the curve.
Right.
That's what this is talking about. This is just the speed that you should go, and this is what you're gonna encounter on the road, a
Right.
curve. You know what I mean?
And if I could,
Just break it down smaller. You know what I mean?
yeah, right. And if I could, why 25 miles?
So you don't go into something like go off the road.
Close, very close. So you can go ahead, Shania.
So you don't have room to actually prepare to stop?
Close. I was looking for a certain answer, but you was close to it. Go ahead.
Because of the distance?
Maintain what? Control. To maintain control. Like 25 miles an hour, to us, we may think that's fast, but that's what them sprinters run. Like Usain Bolt and Michael Johnson, they running 25 miles an hour. And not only are they running that, but they can stop on a dime. So if they can run that and stop, if you're doing that in your car, that you have 4 brakes all around your car on each tire, you should be able to stop on a dime. And this is going to be very important in the wintertime here coming up. The snow is about to stop. The snow is about to drop. This ice is about to be out on the roads. And you definitely want to pay attention to this, because when you hit that black ice doing 60 miles an hour, I'll be on the news looking like, dang, that's messed up. How many people died? This is very important. This is not a sign to play with.
5 miles per hour in ideal conditions. Question 32. This sign means
Self-explanatory.
A. Slow down if an emergency vehicle is approaching. B. Look both ways as you cross the intersection. C. Always come to a full stop at the intersection. D. Slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary.
Go ahead, Shania.
See,
Anybody else got something different?
Yeah, I
Oh,
was gonna
man.
say D. I
It
was
was
gonna
D.
You gonna
say D.
say D?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
I said it.
You already said it though.
Always come to a full stop at the intersection. D. Slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary. Correct answer, D.
Racist.
Y'all know what yield means? Let's get the definition real quick. That's a sign you'll see a lot.
Shania, look that up real quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one, pull it up too. Yield.
If you want to, Kat.
I got it.
Come
The
sir.
definition for yield, I'm pulling on the screen for y'all.
Come, sir.
This is not a good one.
Pull up what you got, Shania.
Yeah, what is it? This one here is surrender.
That's if I could.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the perfect definition.
Yeah.
To surrender. Like if you ever watch them old school movies where they be fighting with swords, do you yield, sir? That means what? Do you give up? Like when you coming around, and we had a sign earlier, it was about the roundabouts. You'll see that roundabout sign with these signs. Because as you're coming in around the roundabout, when you're merging, you have to yield to everybody that's already in a roundabout. You can't just come in and merge into a roundabout. Why? Because you're gonna.
Right.
I've been a part of that. I was a passenger. I hopped out like it was my car. I was so mad. I'm like, why would you just hit us like that? You see us in the roundabout. You have a yield sign. You just pull it in like you're supposed to give way. Give way. And let me tell you something, man. Nowhere that you have to go is that important. It don't matter if you're going to work, going home. It don't matter. Listen, you can't show up dead. That's for sure. You're not going to get there if you're dead. Pay attention to this yield sign. That saves lives, man. I've seen it. I've seen it save lives. And we've all watched the news in the morning where we're seeing all these dumb crashes that we just seen one not too long ago where it was a 3-car accident. And we was like, we stood there for a minute trying to figure out who was at fault. We pulled over to figure it out. We was investigating like we was the insurance company. Who was that?
Said it was the truck.
Yeah, it was the truck. The truck didn't yield. The truck didn't yield. He said, I'm in a truck. I can do what I want to do. If somebody else was in a car, said, no, it's my go. I'm going to keep driving anyway. And people got hurt because of it. Just follow the signs, man. This means give way. This means back down, yield. You don't have to be the biggest, baddest driver on the road. Get to where you need to be safely. So I want to say, Cap.
Question 33. This warning sign means A. Right lane ends ahead. B. Narrow bridge ahead. C. Left lane ends ahead. D. Soft shoulder warning ahead.
Go ahead, Shania. See? Anybody else got something different? This is just a reverse of what we went over earlier. Go ahead, Cap, if you would, sir.
Correct answer, C. Explanation. Left lane ends ahead. Drivers in the left lane must merge into the right lane when safe to do so.
You'll see a bunch of these on the interstate as well. Go ahead, Shania. Huh? 632. Let me know when it's 640. Go ahead.
It's like the same but the opposite.
Yeah.
Like I said, these are lanes. These represent lanes that the car is going to go on. This lane is getting closer in to this lane. Slightly. I don't know if you can see it. It's getting slightly closer. So that's why I said it's the left lane is merging. One on the left side is getting closer to the right one, which means merge.
Right.
You just getting your road. If you're on the left, you're going to get closer to the other road.
It's almost like how Cap explained it on the board. You're just basically going right in, curving and going right in.
Question 34.
Ooh,
this sign means
Christmas.
A. No hunting allowed. B. Wildlife reserve area.
Bad joke.
C.
Only people in the school.
Deer crossing ahead. D. State park area.
We know the answer to that, right?
Right. Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going.
Y'all said what y'all said? See?
Yeah,
Everybody say see?
Correct answer, C. Explanation. Deer crossing ahead.
So, yeah, right.
Slow down,
This whole
be
thing
alert.
is even when people see that sign, every single time we ride past it, we always see a scattered deer across the highway.
Right.
On the side of an
And
area.
you notice every time we see that sign, I hit my brakes and slow down because I refuse to hit a deer.
So, dang, look at that raccoon that got murdered. Dang, look at that deer over there.
Right. Now,
Hey,
especially when we be on our out of town journeys. Like every time you get on the interstate going out of town and you see all the wooded areas, if you pay attention, you're going to see a lot of them on the side of the road because people see this sign and ignore it. They say, "What are the chances of me hitting a deer?" And then they hit a deer.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
The
Sheila.
thing about the thing.
I was gonna say Salaki. I think we got it good down here compared to us just having deer. Think about people up in Canada that got moose.
Right.
You hit one of them things, you just taking out his legs.
Right.
Fall on top of your car and kill you.
It's gonna keep going. You gonna tear your car up. He gonna look at you like, "Hope you got insurance."
So you gonna land on top of you and crush you to death. There's nothing you can do about it.
And the sister online said, that's watching online, said, I've hit 2 deer so far.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
The thing about deers, they when they get in front of your car, they lots of times they stand there.
They
don't
freeze
move.
up.
How do you freeze up?
Yeah, they don't move. So you should be able to stop
Right.
if they come out.
Right.
They may stop. They may get in front of your car and stop. And that's what messes people up. They think the deer are going to run across.
Right.
Deer are going to run and look at your headlights. What they say, deer in headlights.
Right.
I got caught like a deer in headlights.
Right.
Because the deer see the headlights and it stops.
You freeze up.
Oh, shit,
People
whatever.
like,
And that's why people hit so many deers. Not because, the deer is just doing anything or they're driving. They're not able to stop on time because the deer stops in the middle of the road.
Right.
Foolishly.
And if I could, sir, once more, what kind of sign is this? Do y'all remember? A warning sign. That's right. I know you got it, Shinya, my fault. That's a warning sign. So whenever, nobody, just think about if somebody warns you, right? Just think about it the same way that you would, you know what I'm saying, in your everyday life. If somebody warns you, hey man, do such and such, so-and-so said they want to fight. You're not just going to go around with such and such, so-and-so like you wasn't warned about it. You're going to go around such and so-and-so on high alert. You know, like he said he want to fight, I'm going to watch my back. I might have to give him a couple of these. I might have to. Go ahead.
Sometimes bears, they don't like to move.
No, they don't. They
You
don't.
got scared with something.
These are warning signs. It's warning you of the deer. The deer, listen, the deer sees that car coming, and like Cap said, it freezes up because it's shock. It's shock. And I'll let y'all in on a little secret, like police, right? You ever wonder why at night the police come and the first thing they do is they flash that flashlight at you with the strobe. Why do they do that? Go ahead, Shinya.
To disorient you.
To disorient you. That's why they do that. When you're flying down the interstate, 60 miles an hour, you understand? 70, 80, and that deer running across is focused on forward. He's going straight across. But then he looks and sees them lights, and to him, them lights is doing this, they're flashing. He freezes up. And then he wants to run, but then you go burp on your horn. That makes him even more panicked. He's panicked now. He's froze. Next thing you know, you just smacked him. You just skid off the road. He's dead. It's a bad deal for everybody. This is a warning. Go ahead.
And the sister online said that she said when she had hit a deer, one deer came across and the second deer came. Because sometimes deers are in like packs. Or
They're families. They move
so
in families.
Maybe 3 deer coming across. You may think one's gone, then 2 more come.
Right.
So just watch out for these signs. That's why the signs are important. Don't
Right.
ignore traffic signs.
It's a warning sign.
There's a lot of people. There's a
Right.
lot of people that drive and ignore all the signs. Right. They just kind of just drive how they want to drive, go whichever way they want. You may get away with it a little bit.
Right.
Eventually, it's going to catch up with you.
Come.
Eventually, the way you drive it, it's going to bite you in the butt.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to follow the signs. You got to start as a habit of driving according to the signs and the way you're supposed to drive according to the road.
Right.
Just drive any type of way because you just want to go any type of way. It's going to catch up to you.
Right. And if I could, they're warning signs warning you of what could happen. That's all they're saying is warning you. And better safe. We all know what I'm about to say. Better safe. Go ahead. Than sorry. Because just imagine you driving your mom's car. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all youngsters. Just imagine you driving your mom's car and you seen this sign. You seen it. But you was like, yeah, I gotta hurry up and get home. You understand? I gotta hurry up and do this. I gotta hurry up and do that. And then you plow into a deer. It's better safe than sorry. She'd rather you be safe than you be sorry. That's every parent. That's all I want to say, sir.
And ready to stop. Deer have been known to cross the road in this area.
Ready to stop. Be ready to stop.
Question 35. This sign means A. Warning of a winding road ahead. B. Warning of a right curve ahead. C. Warning of merging traffic to the right. D. Warning of a right turn ahead.
What time is it, Shania?
6:40.
Cat, I gotta leave out in the next 5 minutes.
All right, I got you. I'll take over. This is only 10 minutes left.
Come, sir.
That was 5 minutes left. So
Yeah. I thought I had enough time to manage it in. I started late because I was trying to wait on you to get back, sir.
Yeah, it should be perfect time. It says 5 minutes left, so you gotta leave in left 5 minutes.
Come.
Okay, so we should be good.
Come.
Let's see.
Go ahead, Shania.
D.
D? Most sign correct.
All right.
Anybody else got something different?
No, I say D.
Yes,
Everybody on D? All right, let's rock it out. Let's find out.
Correct answer B. Explanation.
We would have all missed that one on the test. I'd have been asking him, what up, Phil? What happened? Go ahead, Shania.
I think I know what happened. It was
The
a curve.
The
It wasn't
curve.
a sharp turn.
Yeah, it's a
Like how
curve.
you were saying earlier.
Yeah, that's what Kappa just said earlier.
You got the right turn, but then this is a curve.
Right.
You gotta remember these lines represent the driving path.
Come.
It's
Right.
not just for show. Like, it's actually how they, it actually means that. Like it's a curve. If that line was curved, it's actually a curve in the road. You see that curve? It's not a straight turn like a right turn. That's a curve right there. And it actually means that. That's why you don't want to overthink the signs.
Come.
Anything? You good?
Yeah, we good, sir. Shania.
Oh, sound. Took the sound down.
Shania.
A.
Are you up?
State route sign. B. U.S. route sign. C.
TikTok's
County route sign. D. Interstate route sign.
Salaki. I missed this one.
What you guys think?
I was on my phone texting. Salaki.
See?
What it say? What is this sign?
What type of sign is this?
Well, it gives you the answer at the bottom.
Right.
That's what I said. The other one, it was a picture of a state.
Right.
That was a state road line sign. This one says county, so more than likely it's the county sign.
Right. I'd be offended if it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's should be a county.
Correct answer, C.
Right.
Explanation. If county road authorities elect to establish and identify a special system of important county roads, a statewide policy for such signing shall be established that includes a uniform numbering system to uniquely identify each route. Question 37. This sign means A. No U-turn. B. No right turn. C. No turn on red. D. No left turn.
Yep.
Correct answer, B. Explanation. Right turn is prohibited. Question 38. This road sign means A. No U-turn. B. Curve. C. Turn right or left. D. Traffic flows only in the direction of the arrow.
What do you guys think?
B.
You got the B. Got two B's. What you think? You think B also, Rebecca?
They just worded it different, but it's a different direction. I just gave you an answer, but it wasn't that hard.
Correct answer, D.
Yeah.
It's just a one-way sign means you don't.
Question
Traffic can only flow in one direction.
39.
Right.
Two sets of solid, double, yellow lines that are 2 or more feet apart. A. May be crossed to enter or exit a private driveway. B. May not be crossed for any reason. C. Should be treated as a separate traffic lane.
Alright, now this one. Picture. So it ain't got no picture on it, so now, throwing a curveball in it.
Right.
So picture this is a yellow marker. Picture this is yellow. So two sets of solid, double, yellow lines,
Do me a favor.
2 feet apart.
Call them and let them know we'll be late picking the
What do
baby
you
up.
think it's going to say? See?
All right.
Should we
we'll
treat
worry
it as
about
separate
the-
traffic
we'll worry about
lanes?
the cash later. Because I know
What do
they're
you
trying to
think?
charge.
May not be crossed for any
Or-
reason.
Solid double line, yellow line.
Right.
More feet apart.
Alright, let's see what it is.
Correct answer, B. Question for any reason.
So
C.
that means it may not be crossed for any reason. So you see them 2 lines like that on the road?
Right.
Yeah, that means you got cars on this side and this side, but they don't cross. So the car here, this car going here. They don't cross. They don't cross because it's solid.
Right.
You see this on certain 2-lane roads. As you drive, cars will get out of that lane and get to go around it. If you see 2 lines like that, you can't get out that lane
Right.
and go around nothing. Go ahead.
And if I could, you'll see these a lot also on highways, right? Where you have the highway and it narrows up real slow and everybody be in one lane. Like they'll tell you. They even have information signs that says, do not pass other cars.
Right.
The reason they tell you not to don't pass other cars is because, like, and this is the sad part, but it's the truth, because and I know your moms know this, have you ever been driving, right? And you'll get in the lane and you'll try to pass somebody up. And they was driving slow as heck before, right? Speed limit like 50, they're doing 30. You're like, okay, no sweat, let me pass them up. And the second that you get in the lane to pass them up, what do?
Go faster.
They speed up. They speed up. They get offended that you're trying to get in front of them. They weren't in a hurry before. They didn't have a sense of purpose before. They was doing 30 miles and a 50 before, but the second that you try to pass them up, then they're lead foot. And then it turns into what? A drag race. You get what I'm saying? And that can really be deadly because we're not even thinking logical at this point. We're thinking prideful. You know what I'm saying? We're thinking prideful. I'm guilty of this. It's sad to say, but I'm guilty of it. I've done it, especially in my Crown Vic cap. You know.
It's called like road rage.
Road rage,
People
right?
when they say he cut me off, like he cut me off. I mean
Right.
somebody got in front of them quickly and they didn't expect it. So it's like you mad because they cut you off at time unexpected.
Right, and that's why I think the Most High for this Scooby because it taught me how to check the ego. Because when I had my Crown Vic, it went too much on the road that could leave me anyway. I was leaving charges. I was doing 120 everywhere I went, like a dummy, because I didn't know no better until I came into the school to taught me. Why are you in such a rush?
C.
You're gonna kill people. You're gonna kill yourself. That's why them lines right there. Don't worry about passing nobody up. You get there when you get there. The key thing is this: you want to be somebody of worth, because when you're somebody of worth, everybody's gonna wait on you anyway. We can't start until they get here.
Yeah, safety first.
Damn
Safety
right.
first when you're driving. That's very
Should be treated as a separate traffic lane.
Treated as a separate traffic lane.
Correct answer, B.
I think someone got one more left.
Question 40. This sign means A. Slow down and prepare to stop only if cars are approaching you. B. Come to a full stop, then go when it is safe to do so. C. Proceed carefully through the intersection, not always is stopping.
We
D.
know what that is.
Stop only for traffic on an intersecting road.
If you would, Cap, could you pause that?
Yeah.
It's a lucky.
I still got to choose the right one because it's kind of tricky.
Right, right. But here's what a lot of people think that means. People think that means slow down, look left and right, and then take off. I've seen it. Matter of fact, was that with you that was with me that somebody just blew straight past the stop sign?
There's a bunch of times people just blew through the
No, I'm talking about today, when we was out today.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of times
Yeah.
people blew through the stop signs.
They just blew right past the stop sign. You know, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Now, just imagine if I decided to do that. Not only would I probably kill somebody, but I'm go ahead.
So you in a truck that's 2 times bigger than somebody else's car.
I'm gonna ride right over them like a monster truck. Like, just imagine if I decided to do that. And that's the crazy part. This right here is self-explanatory. Stop! Stop! And I'm telling you, this sign right here has saved my life. I've came to a complete stop at stop signs and see somebody else blow straight through theirs. And I'm talking my head, hey, the Lord was with me. Because if I hadn't did what this sign said and did a slow down and go, you'd be seeing me in I need that blue sign with the H on it. I would need the hospital sign. Stop at every stop sign. There is nowhere that you need to go that is worth your life. You understand? There is nowhere on planet Earth that you need to go that you should risk your life to get there. Stop at every stop sign, period.
Correct answer, B.
Now, the thing about this, they mess it up. It says slow down and prepare to stop only if cars are approaching you. That's wrong. Proceed carefully through the intersection, not always stopping. Wrong. Stop only for traffic. Wrong. This is the right one. Come to a full stop.
Right.
Then go when it is safe to do so.
Right.
So you gotta come to a complete stop. When you do your written test, you always want to put that one down. Full stop.
Complete stop.
And then when you do your practice exam, if you don't come to a complete stop at a stop, they're gonna fail you. And you ain't gonna get your driver's license till you do it again.
And if I could, when I did my written exam, you know what I did? I came to a complete stop. Boom. And then I counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo. You understand? That makes a big difference as you coming to a stop and making everybody do this.
Yeah.
You're gonna fail. You hit the brakes like that. You go, and then on the takeoff, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You don't want to smash on the brakes, and you don't want to smash on the gas. You want to have a sense of elegance, for the lack of better words.
All right, that's pretty much it.
Let's wrap that up. And there's a couple of things that was on there. Now that was just information. That was just the science. They did a lot of warning signs and not a lot of information signs. But the difference between warning signs and information signs is what? What does a warning sign do? Go ahead, Shinya.
I said, let you know.
Just give me both of them. What's the difference between information sign and warning sign? Simple. Make it simple.
I can't.
One sign is like I just think I just had it. Like one sign is like letting you know, and then to be aware that something's gonna happen. Like it's gonna let you know that something like that. I don't know.
I got you.
Saying,
Anybody else want to give it a shot? Difference between.
Warning sign
Yep.
is a caution based, meaning it's just caution and then information sign is basically like a regulation sign, so just keep it.
Right. I'll make it even simpler. That's a good breakdown, sis. A warning sign is exactly that. It's warning you. It's preparing you. An information sign is telling you. There's a difference between me, if you feel like it. If you feel like it. And then there's a difference between me telling you, I don't care if you feel like it or not. This is what's going to happen. This is what you're going to do. You understand? Like when you're on that interstate sign and you see them green sign, that big green sign in white, that's an information sign. It's not a warning. It's not warning you that if you go left or right, then this might happen. It's telling you, if you keep left, you're going to end up in Wisconsin. If you stay right, you're going home. You understand? An information sign is preparing you.
And another information sign is the signs that say what street is which.
Right.
So you may go down this street and you'll see it says Keystone. So that's information saying
Right.
This is Keystone Avenue.
Right.
This is 10th Street or your house address.
Right.
Help you get you home information. So, but it's not a warning sign. That Keystone ain't gonna tell you how to turn on that street.
Right.
You need the warning signs to know which way to turn and things like that, which
Right.
speed to go.
And that's something that I wanted to cover that they didn't go over, is the difference between information signs and warning signs. Information sign is telling you. A warning sign is letting you know what's about to happen. And another thing that I want to cover real quick. If you come to a four-way stop, right? Four-way stop. Stop sign, you stop at a stop sign, the person across from you has a stop sign, the person to the left and the person to the right has a stop sign. Who has the right of way?
The person that just got. The first person who came to the stop.
The first person that came to the stop sign, that's who has the right of way. Who has the second? Who goes next?
The person who came to the stop sign
The
second.
person who comes.
Exactly.
Straight.
That's how it goes. First, second, and third. Whoever came on them stop signs first. But let me ask you something. What should you do? Go ahead.
Watch everybody else around you.
Watch everybody else around you.
I
Go
would
ahead,
say
sis.
slow down and proceed with caution.
Right. Proceed with caution. I'll tell you what I do, and Shania, you know this. When I come to a stop sign, even if I'm the first person, I look straight across from the person to the right or across from me. I look to the left and right, and if somebody is antsy, because you can always tell, I tell them, go ahead. I'm usually the last car to go, whether I'm the first person there or not, because I can't afford for nobody to hit me. Usually the people that's driving like a butthole be the people that don't have insurance or license. You understand? They don't care. They got bad plates, bad plates, cars on his last leg. They don't care what they tear up. They're like, I don't have nothing. What are you going to take from me? You understand? And the little stuff that I have, I like to keep. I don't have much, but what I do have, I want to keep. So I'm not about to risk my stuff for somebody else that doesn't appreciate nothing. I appreciate the little stuff. Whatever the Lord has given me, I appreciate. And I want to keep. So my advice to you is to always be a defensive driver, which means to pay attention to everybody else around you. Don't ever think that where you have to be is more important in your life. Don't ever get baited up or in a driving match with somebody else on the road, man. I see this all the time, man. And I mean, this is just the honest truth, especially with a lot of white people. I just see it. Listen, they have these expensive cars. They do. They have the expensive cars, the big engines in them, and they drive like they own the road. And if you get into a driving match with them, let me tell you something, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, they can tear up their car and go buy a new one like that. They can. You can't. Appreciate what you got. Always be a defensive driver. Always come to the stops. Let them go first because your life matters. Your life matters. Not that car, but your life.
And if I could say one more thing.
Yes, sir.
It'd be good for you, it'd be good for y'all to take these booklets home with you,
Right.
go through them, study them some more, and while things are fresh in your mind, you can go take the permit test at any DMV. They're free. So
Right.
go in there tomorrow, take the test, it's free. And you can take it over and over again, not the same day. I think you gotta wait every other day. It's the next day, but they're free. So, you go in there, even if you don't pass it the first day, you can go back the next day, while it's all fresh in your mind. Definitely, we didn't get to go through even more, but the booklets have even more. So
Right.
you want to get in that, study that, and you can, it'd be good for you to go tomorrow. Take it tomorrow. At least you'll know what's on it. Even if you fail it, you know what's more on it.
Right.
As opposed to, you come here, go a week or two, and now, it's not fresh. And then, it's like you got to relearn it.
Right.
Go ahead, Ward.
And if I could, also, for y'all youngsters, get with your parents, get with your moms. Hey, mom, can you take me to a parking lot where I can just drive around, and learn? Like, she's not gonna offer. You know why? Because she has her license. She has her license. What does it benefit her to offer you? It don't. It don't benefit her. You have to put that fire up under her. Hey, mom, I really want to get my license. When she see you want it, then that's going to spark something in her to want it for you. You understand? To want it for you. Yeah, it's the truth. I know this as a parent. Like, I don't force, this is my son right here. I don't force him to do nothing that he don't want to do. Because when you force somebody, that's when mistakes happen. He has to want it. And if he wants it bad enough, he'll ask for it and he'll go get it. When I see that he wants something, when you want something, don't I help you? But if you don't want it, do I force it on you? I'm not going to. That's how mistakes happen. So when your mom sees that you want this and you're hungry for it, she's going to push you. She's going to make sure that you have it. So it would behoove you, which means that it would be for your benefit, right? That's what behoove means. It will behoove you to tell your moms, hey, whenever you get some downtime, whenever you get some free time, I would like to find an empty parking lot and drive around that thing. You know what I'm saying? Drive around that thing, learn, how the car moves, learn how to stop and go. Don't act like you don't know how to drive. You play it on all your video games. Every video game has realistic driving on there. How many people have you ran over on San Andreas?
Yeah.
The body count is through the roof. You understand? You know how a car works. Now it's time to do it in real life. Not run over people, but drive according to to the rules and regulations that we just read over. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say, man. If anybody has any questions, he must want to fight, huh? Is that what he want to do? He's screaming at home. He want to fight. Wait till he gets 6 weeks or so. No, I'm just kidding. Anybody got any questions they want to bring out? That's what I'm here for. Anybody got any questions? All right, no sweat. We also have some additional information. If y'all know somebody else that may need license, we have programs that they can reach out to. A couple of them programs that I went through myself to help get my license together. More CDLs. Once you get your license, I would recommend, it would behoove you to not just get a license, but maybe get your chauffeur's license and your CDLs, which is opening up a lot of avenues for the workforce. Because if you look at things like Uber and what's the other one? You got Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, all these things. Like a chauffeur's license is coming in handy. There's a lot of companies that's coming out nowadays with CDLs, with box trucks, things like that. This is going to be easy money. You'll be able to make a couple of hundred in a day. You know, and I'm just telling you, where I come from, making 4, 5, 6, 700 in a day is a lot of money. You understand? That's a lot of money. So I would suggest after you get your license to don't just stop there. Get your chauffeurs, get your CDLs, because there's a lot of revenue in it for you as well. So this is just one class. We will be having other classes. There's a lot of online things that we can also accomplish as well. So I'm gonna get with my captain, Captain Kapash, if you would just let him know who you are, sir.
Say it again.
I said if you just let him know who you are, sir.
Oh. Shalom, my name is Captain Kapash. So I'm the head of the Israelite School UPK, and we definitely appreciate y'all coming out to the first permit driver's test event. We have other events we do with different licenses. People want to get licenses for firearms. People want to get different other type of licenses. We have classes here for that.
Right.
But we definitely appreciate y'all coming out. Hopefully you learned a lot. You take some of this information, knowledge, get you to the next level, get you to, where you're driving, doing what you want to do with yourself. And so we appreciate y'all coming out.
Right. Damn right. Damn right. Before I get ready to let you guys go, I know I'm keeping you hostage to lock here, but like this is the captain, so we gonna get together. We're gonna also set it up on the internet, so whatever I can do online, I can come here and do it. You understand? You come here and do it. We got the computer access for you, and that's what it's about, man. We're about helping Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. We the ones that need it the most. Everybody else has help. We the ones who don't, man. So we got to come together as a nation and help our youth. Help our youth. That's what we're here for. So even though this is an event about driving, whatever you need help with, no matter what it is, let us know. That's what we're here for. That's our job. We also be having an event coming up soon. I'm gonna get with my captain about it. He has to approve everything, of course, about winter preparation. Getting prepped for the winter, because I don't know if you've ever seen Game of Thrones, but winter is coming. And I think this one's going to be a bad one. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Same thing with driving. Let's be prepared for everything. Not just your driving, but the way that you live as well, man. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. There's chips and snacks back there, juice, whatever. Shanya, let's make sure
to get a flyer.
Yeah, Khan Makan. That's what I was just about to say.
Website.
Khan Makan, sir. Khan Makan. Shanya, let's make sure these people got everything that they need to leave. Let's get them to their car safely.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for coming out. Right? It should already be pulled up, sir.
You trying to say a couple grand, get on some land, and then put us on a TV with the market. And
Because I'm out. Go with Shanya. Or get them some flyers. Grab some flyers.